This is going to be a very interesting topic to me. I always get very passionate about flat Earth and defending it as a community that I care about. I don't want it to be called out as stupid and be hated. That's insane. Like, already government is going after them. You think you're just going to crush the already crippled community? What's your intention, to be honest? Just to laugh at, just to leech? This is why Tomdark deserves Rocky shit review. So welcome. To the point where we calculate cringe and award him with bad reputation. Not necessarily bad for him. You're probably not gonna damage his influence or maybe just get more, but it's just something that I'm practicing, step forward, one step at a time, not breaking too many rules all at once, because free thinkers are always under attack for being useless in a way, for being not acceptable in the world. There's no place for them. You know, we have capitalism, level 1, businesses, level 2. Capitalism meaning that money is the only topic that people care about. How much money do you have? If I had money in my hands, a lot of people will come next to me to grab that money. You know, if I'm handing over money, people will start caring. That's what capitalism. Fuck yeah. And then it's a reminder that we are under control by the government. All right, this number 1433. I mean, I'm a free thinker. I came up with this idea of just like put together what is the control system, where is humanity in, and how does it work? Like, it's literally time ticking forwards. I wish I was believed in any way in what ideas I have created. You know, flat Earth is stupid in that sense that there's more things to think about. You know, you shouldn't just stick to one thing and try to prove it, but it's a good place to start. It's literally the pivot point of where all that thinking starts. It's a big ass topic. All right. And to be disrespected is something I will not accept. In fact, I will probably be able to push back as YouTube CEO against all of this government bullshit. You know, just let thinkers think, you know? But obviously we have to sacrifice something, you know? Like, we're not supposed to deal damage to society. We're not supposed to scare them. That's the most important thing. You know, government is trying to protect people, even if desperately. And sometimes believe in things that are a little bit crude, you know, mass banning of content, mass shadow banning of content. Ooh. I release a video, medical misinformation, you name it, and I get a strike. But why do I get a strike? I didn't even get 1 million views. I didn't even achieve a belief status on this platform. This is how psychotic the powers in place are. They will hurt you. If you make mistakes, they will hurt you, bro. The world is very scary under the government because there's so many weird laws in place that just, you never know when you're going to get tangled into them and get punished before you even do anything, which is absolutely insane, or punished way more than the damage that you've done. All these things are happening to me. I've experienced all of them. And that is also a part of Flat Earth, which is not supposed to be the part of Flat Earth, but it is. Fighting the government itself. Fighting the thing called NASA that's turned into Elon Musk's balls, you know, to do whatever he wants and explode as many rockets and set them on fire, despite there's zero chance we will leave Earth. and yet we know the shape of the Earth? Excuse me? I think that's a little bit unclear. You know, why can't we go back to the moon? There's definitely plenty of lies coming from the government, and we can conspire, theorize against it as much as we want. Because when the government conspires against us and tries to tell a lie for self-benefit, they should not get away with that. This is where free thinkers come in. They're always there. They're not useful right now, unless government becomes corrupt. We are always watching. If government makes a shitty fucking move, we will report to each other. And I would encourage you guys to not be capitalistic scumbags and just believe what everyone else is believing, and open your eyes a little bit more. You know, capitalistic scumbags. So Tomdark is one of them. 100%. I want to know how much darkness is within him, because finally we have a spicy topic, and his ugly ass brain is gonna get revealed for the first time. You know, for the first time we're gonna get the nudes leaked of a boy who is just benefiting from drama, leeching, bread tubing, you name it. All right? Why not watch this as well? You know, his situation is crazy. I'm pretty sure it will be a spicy edition in case we have extra time. All right? I'm very passionate about Flat Earth. I want to protect that community, and they have a lot of enemies. So naturally, you shouldn't go against someone who has a lot of enemies, because they have big motherfucking muscles to beat anyone who's a fucking noob hater. All right? You're going to get 10 times the hate back from Flat Earth. You're not going to survive this shit. All right? We have trained ourselves to an insane degree. Now, the only question is this video shadow banned or not? Man, I would be very sad, but it is what it is, man. Shadow banning exists on YouTube. Can you imagine, bro? Do you understand what that means? The idea of shadow banning is the idea that you get less without a warning or notification or indication that you are not deserving of more. You get less. All of a sudden, it's like you come into a room and everyone hates you and you don't quite know why. You know, all of a sudden you have to deal with all the drama while everyone else eats cake. You know, it's crazy. It's crazy. Like, that's how many enemies we have. But we're strong. We'll prove ourselves. And in this case, let's move forward. Rocky Shit Review begins. The context is set.
Hello.
First of all, getting desperate. That's pretty dark. What do you mean, desperate? They went to Antarctica and didn't found the proof that they wanted, unfortunately. Despite, you know, not finding enough curve this whole time. Now, it's tough to believe because there's a lot of mistakes Flat Earthers did do, unfortunately. And Antarctica was always that special place that they can't quite go to, they can't quite find the real footage and real answers for what's going on. It's just ice ring, bro. Alright? And it cannot possibly be lit 24 hours when it's winter up here, right? At least that's the simple model. It gets a little bit more complex when you put a dome, potentially. So who knows? All right? The flat Earth was not disproven. People are still allowed to believe in it. I don't think it's that scary that we allow some unorthodox beliefs. It's just, you know, government got scared of like, wow, this goes against the government's beliefs of like, we went to the moon though, and we might want to lie about it more. It's just, it gets weird, you know? Tingle tangle. Government wants to hold as much power as possible. That's what they're interested in. And it's a natural thing that they will go after and silence the free thinkers if they move an inch too far. You can have tons of beliefs, but there are the edges of the flat earth when it comes to thinking 100%. You go to the edge, you hit the ring of ice, and you're going to get your ass handled by the government. That's what it is. In consciousness level, I would say we're definitely on the flat earth the way it was described. On the actual, it's more complicated than that. What could be happening, however, is that we still got doctored footage from Antarctica. The government still handled a flat earther and told him to shut the fuck up because he's going to lose this, and that for those. You know, he was threatened potentially. We don't know. We don't know. And it's too scary of an experiment to even attempt to believe. You know, if government has been protecting this ring of ice this whole time, you wouldn't think that they would just, you know, threaten anyone who approaches the ring. Yeah. It's complicated. They have that much power. They can just create a lie that they want to create. If government wanted to create Earth is round lie, they will do it. Now, at some point, government has to trade in and think of the consequence of keeping the lie present, right? This one seems very complicated because it's very believable. A lot of people believe it, so it's a very cheap lie. And now this community, we can just beat up this community. Every lie has its own, you know, price. Lie has a price. If you want to keep a lie, you have to pay the price. And if flat earthers exist and they keep growing, the price is also growing. If round earth is a lie, government will have to pay a higher and higher price to be able to lie about it. Do you understand? We could potentially reveal whether or what shape of the earth we have, but we have to put enough pressure on the government to the point where enough people believe, well, yeah, let's reveal it. Look, hey, government, real disinformation. Everyone wants to know where all the CEOs are and how do we 3D print guns. We all want to know right now. So government, you understand. You understand, it's Luigi time, boy. We can make it so oh my god. Luigi just flipped the earth like a pancake. It is flat just because of Luigi, man.
Who accidentally
Like, how would you play Mario on a round earth? It's obvious.
who accidentally disproved his entire world.
That's a respectable thing to disprove oneself, you know?
Now, conspiracy the idea that the Earth is flat. It's unique in the way that the people who believe in it didn't want to come up with some new conspiracy theory. Instead, they've decided to disregard a few thousand years of scientific discovery.
Because we are, as free thinkers, discovering that science is a lot of fucking bullshit. In almost every conceivable factor, except for engineering. That's it. Everything else about science is absolute fucking bullshit. Engineering, programming, putting physical things together, and doing actual home improvement instead of trusting whatever science tells you in the most overcomplicated manner. I'm sorry, bro. Especially when I like watch like math videos or something, like my brain just melts of like, what are these people smoking? Why do they overcomplicate things so much? Shouldn't they like simplicity? But they don't. Science does not like simplicity whatsoever. They want to fucking make shit miserable. They just dive deeper. They just want perfection, and perfection does not exist in the world. It does not exist. You have to do things the way your life allows you. It's great. It's such a facepalm moment to look at science, and every single time it proves to be very shady, to the point where science did not prove anything. It just masked what people believed in the past. And past beliefs are also science in that sense. People have collected experience You know? We're not going back in time. We're just hating science. That's it. That's
by
what it
dusting
is.
off this understanding of how the world used to be. Line whenever.
So yeah, it's a little bit of a misconception for these noob haters, basically, that flat Earth is somehow going into the past and adopting beliefs that are fucking old now. No, we're adopting a belief, a new belief, that science is a piece of fucking garbage and should step aside to allow us to believe these things and be able to observe government in case it steps one step too far. You know, we'll be able to ask a few questions, so to speak. Make their lives more expensive if we so choose as communities to come together and just, you know, what's that about government? Why does that not seem consistent? Simple.
And spread their beliefs as much as possible. And
Oh, yeah, the internet is the problem, absolutely, and it has to be regulated and taken away from us.
which has led
Yeah, basically, you can see the darkness
to
now
these guys
already.
organizing to incels
Like,
in the way that they.
do you see how fucking fast he's moving off a fucking cliff? This is first minute. I can't keep up with this guy. I'm like losing my fucking
peaked in mainstream
senses.
popularity hearing about hearing about like a here comes that.
So that's what it is. Not only free thinkers are hated by the government, but they're literally hunted down by capitalistic scum fucking pieces of shit. Like Tom the boy. Because capitalistic pieces of shit, they want to feel good about themselves and they want to believe some simple fucking beliefs that work. You know, that trigger people. It's like, oh, wow, there's nothing you can do about it. You cannot possibly prove that the Earth is flat, so I win. I win all the time when I say that you're stupid. Wow, there's nothing you can do to me. That's why this Rocky Shit review exists. I might be able to delete your channel in the future, so double check your privilege, all right? Double check your privilege. Not because of offending flat earthers, but you did put yourself on a map now, so... I mean, not because offending flat earthers would give me power, but I seek power for many, many other reasons. And if I get it, Tomdark will have to answer some questions, you know. How much money you got from YouTube? What is his purpose? Is he shitposting or not? What is the most valuable piece of media you produced? That is the question, you know. Are you productive when you're hating or not?
Due to the fact that they've been covered by every YouTuber under the sun of this, the fact that mocking flat earthers has been very played out on Reddit because these people, unfortunately.
Oh my fucking god, bro. Holy shit, man. The pain and suffering that's just compiled, you know, it's like, oh, we have defeated them, guys, right? Easy clap. Easy as done. Have you checked TikTok, right? Flat Earth kind of came back on TikTok, right? Kind of sad, right? And it just gonna keep coming back, though. It's just keep coming back, though. And it's gonna get worse.
Fortunately, 8 are still a lot of funny little gems to be found within the flat earth community to this very day. Being in tap water and inbreeding, of course, which...
Good explanation as to why flat earthers exist.
Good explanations, I don't know. It seems...
Wow. I mean, my blood is boiling right now. It's just like, give me that button, bro, to delete this guy's channel. Send him into fucking darkness realm. For just being like max arrogance at this point, just maxing out his arrogance sitting here for this particular video, right? This is not rational thinking. That's what pisses everyone off, you know, like, this is the least rational thinking imaginable. I want you guys to remember, invest to flat earth, because you never know who is right. You just don't fucking know. You're not sure. You haven't actually went into space or into Antarctica yourselves. None of that shit happened to you, okay? So how about invest into every possibility And when something shuts down, you take money from that shutdown and put it across the possibilities that still remain. It's just science. Oh, wait, it's logic. It's logic greater than science, unfortunately. However, you need to do a little bit of science to confirm your logic every now and then. I love the topic. I just love to see what people will come up with when it comes to arguments for flat Earth. Have they found anything? They're all just innocently searching for things, but they're these Reddit scumbags, basically, just coming out of nowhere. And this guy is actually in the open. When he says every YouTuber has covered this topic, did they? You know, yes, I remember PewDiePie laughed at it, MrBeast laughed at it. It is annoying beyond belief for people to just pick up the topic and use it as a toy, because it's a little bit more serious than that. But hey, we let them expose themselves that they don't give a fuck whatsoever of what's going on. You do you, and that's what this video is about. Take that exposure, bro.
I don't know. It seems to be the case that for a few thousand years, we all had a pretty common consensus that the Earth was round, but in the
few thousand years, bro. Thank goodness. We don't even need to keep track of anything. We don't have to take this seriously. We just have to go straight in there, you know, just start yapping.
the past 10 to 20 years, these guys have really popped up on the internet. So
Because the belief is pretty strong. It's and easy and simple. You know?
why is that? Why is it the case that
Why is that? Why could that possibly be the case? Maybe you have burnt all your fucking brain cells and your brain is darkness now. How about fucking check that real quick?
there are people scarily CEOs, there are competent people who work in the electronics
What? Where do you get that
field who
information?
all believe that the Earth is flat.
Always believed the world is round. 84%.
That's crazy,
If you're 18
guys.
to 24, that's more like, which is like dangerously close to half.
Well, exact question that people were asking in the last couple hundred of years. Even in medieval times, pretty much everyone knew that the Earth was a globe by then. In
You don't know, though. Why are you saying things that you do not know? See what we're talking about? People just pick up a topic and all of a sudden they imagine that everything they read is true. But it's actually very difficult to know things, unfortunately. The moment you open a history book, I'm sorry, bro. That's just a story before bed. Everything is a lie. It's impossible to know things. And yet to just jump into conclusions. When it comes to shape of the Earth, it's flat. It's flat, bro. It's actually impossible to disprove it. Why? Because it's flat. Have you looked at it? Yup. That was flat. Now, if you zoom out far enough and it becomes round all of a sudden, congratulations. But the Earth is actually flat, right? This is how much we know. This is how much information is actually useful enough to know.
the dark
And flat earthers attempt to actually expand from that point of view, in fact, because it's the easiest one. Flat and motionless. It's not spinning. It's not spinning around the sun. You know, there's no fucking stupid spinning going on. The sun itself, as a light source, just wants to light up the world. That's all it's trying to do. I think it's a lot more slick and simple idea of how the world works. The world is not just some fucking space dot. It's actually meant to hold life and meaning. Adding additional fucking pressure and pain and suffering to those who don't believe a spiritually higher level of existence. This is why this is dark. This is why he has no brain cells. No soul.
ages, the messaging cats.
And imagine, people like this are going to be historic moments that decide what has been talked about from today, right? So who fucking cares about historic figures saying anything? They're they're actually 10 times more stupider, you know? We sit on the edge of technology and everything, and we have a hard time believing that Earth is round. Do you understand what impact it has right now? It's insanity. Except, if we go back in time, people had no technology whatsoever to understand whether Earth is flat or round or even talk about it. What the fuck are you talking about? You know? We yet again go into the darkness pretending to know shit. It's unbelievable to me. This guy's absolute fucking demon in that sense.
Really go with
Oh, look, he is a DJ of darkness.
like parallax.
But Parallax
Oh, yeah. Here you go. More darkness.
decided to do in 1800s wasn't as great as it is now. The standardized education system was not as good as it is now, although
Oh, education system. Oh, so you know all the facts, right? No, we go outside of education system, happily, starting to believe for ourselves and actually question things. That's the excitement. You go outside of school and you can finally question things that is different from what is just in the fucking decrepit notebooks that they give you. It's it's another darkness. Education system? These motherfuckers gonna tell you education system? You learn every fucking day. You should be doing that every day. You should take these things very seriously. If you respect education system, it's something that should never leave your life ever. Instead, it's like, oh, 12 years of education educated you to believe in everything that is being told by authorities. Isn't that right? What will happen when I become your authority? Will you believe everything I say? I hope you do.
even now it probably has some had just kind of been told their entire lives, oh, the Earth is round. Why is it round? I don't know. Ask a scientist. Why would I trust a scientist when we've got this cool guy named Parallax?
Why would I trust scientists? Why do people think that a scientist, a magical scientist, is greater than another scientist who actually tested something? What the fuck is wrong with you, right? A scientist that believed the Earth is round was able to convince people in power, but then there was a group of people who believed in this Parallax boy.
They are a call for a simplification of scientific methods.
What other experiments are there to prove that Earth is round? Unfortunately, we haven't fucking found any.
But after this small movement, 1800,
Which makes it dark just because I'm getting fucking angry, you know? The interesting thing about Flat Earth, you must understand, there's nothing to talk about, you know? There's only hate. And that hate is so fucking frustrating because there's nothing to talk about when it comes to what experiments to do, besides that one and only going to Antarctica. That's it. That's all that's like reachable by people. And still, question mark. Question mark. If the government does not control the ability to access Antarctica, you really think so? They don't control that? You're just flying mid-air and your life is threatened? Yeah, I don't know, man. Into middle of nowhere? If they have been able to convince most of the people 9/11 and shut people up and shadow ban, like, government has way too much fucking power to just continue lying whatever the fuck they want, and this is definitely under their radar of the lie that they want to keep. But we have to push back. It might get so expensive they can't fucking do it anymore.
the Earth is round.
Methods become more sophisticated. They become harder for you and me to understand.
They become garbage. They disprove science itself.
Parallax and all of this.
It's crazy, dude. He understands. Like they're both talking not nonsense, and Very glad.
They are the internet has provided a haven for a lot of people who are societal outcasts to come together and
You are also societal outcast, you piece of shit. The only thing that makes you different is that you care about money, and you feel like you're part of society because you're part of the times. And that you have earned subscribers and you're earning money and you're earning praise. But that does not fucking mean that you're not societal outcast either. Alright? And that you're not coming in the same, jumping on the same fucking topic. It's just, the real question is, why do we talk about that right now? Why do we assume societal outcastry? It is happening all over the place. For me, as a European, society does not exist. Being an outcast is actually the more normal thing to do. And when people call me incel, I'm like, yep, that's the good guys around here in Europe. Everyone else is insane. If they go outside, they do nothing but harm. If they attempt to socialize, they do nothing but harm. I've been around friends and they do nothing but harm. So it's a little bit different world in Europe, but that world is not far away from anyone who is disrespectful, you know? And that's the problem here we're talking about. When it comes to this American madness, if this is what it is, you see, it's not just social outcasts that jump into flat Earth. The world is here too. There are Europeans who will put the hand down and be like, yes, it's easy to believe, I will believe. It's not fucking big deal. And if that turns into respect, good for me, good investment. Even if we're wrong about flat Earth, just because they're being attacked and underdogged, just supporting this topic makes you a respectable and powerful human being. That's it. You're just not hating anyone. Except the haters, but they asked for it, you know? Bounce back, little bitch.
form their own communities online, avoid being checked.
Oh, echo chamber. Oh my. Oh, essentially echo chambers is YouTube that shadow bans people. You still forget that.
This happens in policy theories. Why would it not happen with flat Earth objective when it comes to the internet at large? Instead of learning trigonometry or the scientific process.
You haven't learned trigonometry, did you? I just don't know how does he come up with such a sophisticated script like that? I can't keep up with this shit.
Process, which, to be honest, are both kind of boring to me.
So don't talk about things you don't understand. How about that? Pretty boring to me. That's the funny thing, isn't it? That's like super darkness. I'm like, wow. All right. Wow, you're honest and the most... wow. Why are you talking about this? Why are you being a fucking pathetic loser right now? That's the worst thing. Just have no real self-esteem, but still yap about something. You should have all this education, and you don't have, and I don't have either. What? You can't hold self-esteem over someone else when you don't have any yourself. What is wrong? Now, I also find it boring, but I don't project the need and the requirement of trigonometry, bro. That is insane, bro. Triple darkness.
People have basically simplified it. Their philosophy is based on a general distrust of science. And
no, thank you.
instead, they believe that you can only truly take in from the world what you can see with your own.
That is a wonderful way of thinking. That's why I say engineering. Internet is engineering, is what we use to communicate. Everything else is more of a fucking story than anything else. Fucking missiles are engineering. Wars are engineers fighting each other. That's what it is. Science needs a fucking slap in the face, bro. Needs to wake up a little bit every now and then. And stop feeding people pills. As if that's scientifically proven somehow to be useful. There's so many lies just injected into society and just stays there. And this is why people hate the fucking medical care in the first place. It's pure science. Medical science is pure science. It's the most pure form of science there is. And Americans hate it, and it's the most expensive scam of all time. This is where it's nuts busted. When we don't talk about the space bullshit that is completely useless to society, and we're talking about another useless thing to society, which is medical care. You know, completely useless to society, if not outright dangerous and scary. And the most corrupted of them all. This is where the spawn of evil is just medical science. It's the spawn of fucking evil. This is where you go to sell your fucking soul. And they label you as autistic. But it's not demonic. Just cute little autistic boy. Thank you for coming to us and getting diagnosed. Here's some cancer. We use cancer research to treat your cancer. One day will happen. Not today, though. We still like research, though. Give me your money. Please donate. That's where science is. In science, the further it is from medical science, the better it is. This science? Oh, yeah. Give me more of this space science. Absolutely. Everyone is mesmerized and licking that shit off the floor. It's slightly better than medical science, but not that fucking far. Any layer away from that, medical science, any layer you can escape from that, your life will get so much better. Oh my god. Escape the gravity of the dark hole of medical science, of stealing your soul, basically. Because you are the only one who should take care of your own health and well-being and sanity and everything. Self-esteem, everything, bro. They're the ones who created space. The medical science, I believe they created space and the roundness of the earth, just fucking candy format. I mean, they're that powerful. They're the ones ruling the world. And the one CEO getting shot in the face, I mean, holy shit, is that gonna change the world?
Own two eyes.
Change
They throw out
the
thousands of years of
world!
research because they hold. And
Alright, so far he switched to respectful all of a sudden.
obviously, a lot
Maybe something lit up in his
of these
brain.
people are characters, and to be honest, despite the fact that what they believe is so insane, ultimately I do think that they're on that the government doesn't want us to know about. And from there, some believe that there's attended one conference where some folks insisted that the Earth is actually an infinite plane.
Yeah, I mean, I would like that infinite plane. And that would make sense, you know, of what's going on. Of like, government does not want us to leave. And trigger a bunch of sort of rebel behavior of humanity. Like trying to explore desperately, being curious about the limits of the Earth itself. And I would say we have to respect the limits. Unfortunately, those limits are pretty fucking scary. All right, whatever government finds scary sometimes is going to be honestly scary. All right, so if Earth is proven to be flat, it is very likely it is infinite and very scary to extend its limits in any way. That these research facilities in Antarctica, they're there for a reason. They're actually researching something much more suspicious than we imagine.
It's like an infinitely generating globe-tard spherical charade going to hide different things. And according to the most popular, you know those satellite images you've seen of the Earth being round? That's simply fake. It's Photoshop.
It is. And that's where things get really ugly. Because this sort of stuff is not supposed to be faked, you know? But there was agenda to fake it instead. There is one problem with flat Earth, if we're talking about imagery, right? Below the equator, things get wonky. And I'm not sure how many things to keep track of. Like, you need, like, a lot of information to, like, put together a theory and hold that theory in your head. So there's a little bit of inconsistency of, like, how would you handle the below equator thing? Does it stretch? How do you draw that? Because you have like Google Maps. How would you do that? They keep track of like flight patterns. Like these people are very curious. They very cool people. And I love believing things like that, you know? It's exciting.
The ocean, so clearly
But in this case, it's extremely exciting and extremely spiritual of like, wow, that's an easy explanation why moon and the sun are the same size. It's just, they're created that way. They're created to be this dual, you know, thing in the sky to be looked at and to get insights from. It's like very beautiful thing. Instead, solar system belief ruins everything. It ruins everything spiritually. So think of it like flat earth is the most normal thing to believe in.
Photoshop, one of these guys basically pulls a new conspiracy theory or belief system out of their ass. Research done, faithful.
Yeah, don't talk about us, alright? We are banned from YouTube. We are shadow banned. We're not allowed to spread our beliefs anymore. Alright? So the fun is over. When the government steps into the fucking room and tells that someone is banned, no gossip, nothing. Don't talk about it. Don't do anything, alright? Just pray that the government changes their fucking mind. But if you pick easy targets, easy straw men to fight against and mock, well, excuse me, princess. You know, you're wasting your breath because you will never understand. It's a closed community unless you're really interested. You're wasting everyone's time.
Full crusade.
You know, everyone who has time to invest in a serious topic, they should go there and learn instead of listening to the fucking fool
For this
that we
group,
have
flat
here
Earth isn't just action.
that opens the door to flat Earth. You feel that way? You open the door to trolling and just miserable fucking way of feeling. Darkness, bro. Open the door to darkness.
Round Earth? Don't even get me started there. Instead, and hey, I don't really like... See, they argue that science is a tool atheists use to undermine Christianity. Evolution? Fake. The Big Bang.
Evolution is such a scary word to me, though. And I will add another scary word, cross-species. And then you might understand that there's a lot of shit going on. Alright? There's some alien matter going on. Cross-species where humans can actually evolve, but like right now we just want to create more humans to not feel like we need to tangle with nature. But a lot of people are dog people, cat people, and just they are drawn to something else. Absolutely. And that you know, zoophilia is illegal, but that's the scariest fucking part of the world, man. Knowing that evolution is actually just a sexual activity, you know. Whoever you love to procreate, not even procreate, whoever you have sex with, you evolve with, you know? You don't even have to make babies. You evolve while you have sex with various things that are living creatures because your fear is pulled out of you and you can evolve because you have no fear of having this and that sort of function in your body. Evolution is a scary word, bro. It's such an alien word, and it's more real than not. Just how it happens is absolute insanity, bro. This is why I'm still a virgin, by the way, because there's a lot of evolution going on around me that I will have to fucking kick their ass and prove that they are degenerates instead, you know, of I sucked 100 men's cocks, basically, and I have evolved 100 times because I'm fearless, you know, princess. But I can spread fear. Nobody evolved with me, and I evolved with nobody. So if I can actually spread fear, I'll be very powerful, my friends. Yeah, virgin power, boys. It's real. Evolution is a really scary word.
Circular Earth rests on this notion that if they, whoever they are, can convince you that the Earth is round, they can make you believe anything.
That's how life works. Life simply has a price. You know, people can convince you of anything. If there's a power differential dynamic, you don't want to challenge higher powers, do you? And that's what will convince you that buy my shitcoin and get rich with a gun on your head, you know? You should buy some of my shitcoin right now, or I will end your life. You know, you would start buying my shitcoin all of a sudden. Government having power over people allows them to lie. That's just the simple concept of why lie simply has a price and can exist no matter what the truth actually is. You except would want to spend your money of power to something cheap and effective, you know.
You want to keep people suppressed and keep them in line and keep the term planet would probably be controversial to them, so I'll refrain from.
Well, it's plain tea. And I love that. It's plain tea. It's plain that was sold to capitalism to come up with some stupid-ass fucking idea like a golden ball. Golden fiery ball is there to provide heat and is giant, is fucking million times larger than the Earth. We have decided, guys. I swear, that's true. Through our observations, I can see it's 1,000,000 times larger and further away. That makes fucking sense, guys. See, round Earth is not just the shape of the Earth, but is a whole model system that eventually stops making any sense or meaning of like, why are all these dead planets trying to act like Earth, you know, and spin around the sun? That's fucking bullshit. We're the good guys, you know? And that's just like solar system just makes no sense to me, man. It's very sad that like Antarctica was not revealed to be 1 hour daylight. Nah, it's 24 instead. Fuck you guys. Fuck you guys. I want 1 hour sunlight in Antarctica forever. In eternal darkness.
Word. This shadowy class group is going to be the guys who like to do it themselves. The DIY science, okay? It's weird. They prefer to rely on their own personal observations.
And that's beautiful, I think. That's very empowering because we have freedom. We have freedom to spend. And while the government wants to correct us and whatnot, we still have freedom to hold our beliefs and all that shit. Government doesn't quite have a lot of power, you see, to create a bunch of lies. They don't take that much freedom from us, if you can tell. And we should put it to good use. We should appreciate it. We should celebrate that. And anytime freedom is used in any fucking context, we should love that, you know? And this is the one, you know, the freedom to believe only the things that we have experienced. And obviously trust our friends to some extent, but we still want to experience it with them. Otherwise, what's the point, you know?
Not pure.
And everything else becomes fear, you know, and everything becomes clear. Like, world gets so simplified. It's just, you took that freedom and you put it to good use. It feels wonderful type of belief system. And I just trust authorities. You only trust engineering. You buy something. And you buy an experience by buying something. You buy a useful tool. What other people tell you, completely useless. But some people want to wake up every day and believe authorities just because it's a simpler life, you know? They feel that someone is above them, overwatching them and telling them what to believe in. It's just so easy and simple, you know? But there's always an authority to look up to and learn from. Unfortunately, it's not always that easy. But if you can have that, you know, I'm not going to take that away from you.
Vibes. You see, the DIY scientists frame.
Let me summon a face that you can look into.
Burns 1,700 views. Eric once accused others in the community of being controlled opposition shills. He's with who is the creator.
I do respect Eric Dubé. He seems to be a smart guy and just like collect data. Really cool to listen to the dude. One belief that even attacked Eric Dubé that's very shady is the entrapment belief that you're trapped on this earth. And the earth is not to be enjoyed. It's not for fun. It's like absolute pure horror and pain and suffering. And there's nothing else to it. Almost. Obviously, you can sort of fight back against that, but there's no God, because God would not allow viruses to exist or parasites or whatever, right? But clearly he is lacking in faith. I don't know. It's kind of crazy. And it's scary because Eric DeBay might just fall into some victim to some kind of stupid belief like that. That's the real parasite, the idea of parasites in the first place. My life is pretty fucking chill. Like, it's beautiful. Besides neighbors being a little bitches for a little bit of time, we're gonna go past that. And I'll be a stronger person because of that. I did gain some crazy experiences because of that. You know, and I'll definitely respect that. Respect what I just witnessed.
On the other hand, they're also trying.
You don't know the full drama, but I'm fighting neighbors because they're fucking noisy. But I've never done that before. And it's just such a new world for me.
Opinion that a lot of
So believing that you're trapped in the system, nah, bro. That's another thing that you don't have enough proof of. All right, what happens after you die, you don't know. So just gotta chill down on that.
one of those
one.
guys believe that Alex Joe, popular people.
And the craziest thing, the most hell you will ever feel is living, you know? Hell is live, but so is heaven. And it's a constant chase of hell between hell and heaven. And if you embrace hell and think that that's what life is, even just a little bit more, if you embrace that, I mean, I'm sorry, bro. It is scary, though, just the thing. I hope thoughts and fears don't manifest too hard. Because that shit's crazy, man. Every time, man, I'm scared of just my thoughts often enough. So I would never believe that you get trapped, your soul traveling.
People in any
Jesus.
movement, if they get money can buy.
Oh, thank God. We have a ad.
Is that more often than not they'll accidentally prove themselves to be very wrong.
We don't see you, Enrique. Lift up your light.
Confirm if we live on a flat plane or on a globe. A 24-hour sun cannot work on a flat plane in the south, and the sun cannot set on a globe during the southern.
December. There's going to be additional expenses like flying to South America and food and lodging in South America before the flight
That's beautiful, you know, the way this was put together, it's pretty
to
beautiful.
Antarctica. Arthur.
Even if the Earth is round, by the way, what's gonna prove that the fireball is 1 million times larger, you know? And that the Earth is spinning itself, and not the fireball is just spinning around us. What's gonna prove that? Because the only thing that proves that is like the planets, right? Even if I have to concede to round. By the way, flat Earth is so prominent. It's right there, next to round Earth clues. Look at that. Is Earth round? Is a question. All of a sudden, do you see how much power this community has? All of it. All the power. That's the power of curiosity. They have all the power. Because we care. We care about this thing. You know, that's how power is created. By caring. And genuinely searching for the truth. So even if the Earth is round, we don't believe that it's spinning or traveling across space. It just is the way it is, right? Even if it's round. Which is what is being proven, but like that's still just the shape of the Earth. It's not solar system that we can all of a sudden explore or escape Earth in a way. And maybe Earth grows from Antarctica. Maybe it grows based on, you know, our consciousness. That would also be a very spiritually powerful idea, I would say. That just like a baby, this thing grows. Who would think, right? Interesting. It's all about, you know, flat Earth is all about interesting ideas. And we always gonna accept whatever this is. This looks like a beautiful star. I accept. I'm like, I'll take that. We'll take anything. You know? We're not fools. We like information.
And all expenses for both.
Where we're so strong in their convictions that they're willing to put their entire lives and
He's correct.
career on the line for something that they seem to fully
Lives, bro. In two different ways. Obviously, if a belief system falls apart, all of a sudden they lose credibility in a way. And that is a sad moment, absolutely. But that's what happens when you put all the eggs in one basket. It's just, it gets ugly, bro.
believe in and would be
Gets so
fruitless for them
fucking ugly.
anyway.
You are wrong in life.
Notice how he still doesn't say, okay, the Earth is round, right? Notice how he doesn't do that. He's kind of in the
Our Earth is shrinking, isn't getting bigger, grows every day, which is literally the opposite, well, from being hit, you know? So which is it? Is it getting smaller or bigger, you know? And that's the funny thing. This is the where it hits small meteors. This is where it's like, yeah, it would get bigger, wouldn't it? So there's a lot of theories is how we get to conclusions of some kind, how we get slightly closer every now and then through interesting observations that we find. This is the requirement of logic, you know, just treat every experience as very, very important, especially if it's unique in any way, bro. Holy shit. If anything unique is happening in your life, that's amazing. Way to get smarter.
call, and they would say that this is all a green screen, that Jaren has been compromised, okay? It's all over. The deep
But who else was on the plane, you know? Was that just one dude, one flat earther?
state finally got him, but whatever.
See, again, the reason why it's so compelling, the Antarctica 24-hour sunlight, is it's quite difficult to fake when the upper or the center of the world is not experiencing sunlight anymore. Another thing that makes round Earth quite strong is the fact that sun would have to speed up when it goes into the outer rings. So over here it would go slowly, but here it would have to speed up if it wants to circle that place. So it gets pretty weird, right, with a flat Earth.
And say that
But the most weird part is
there
Antarctica.
is a 24-hour sun, one of him being wrong. There's still a ton of others out there who are going to believe what they believe.
Because they invested and they, you know, gonna hold their investments. There's no ability to switch for them. You know, they were curious, they learned a lot of facts, and they will hope that their investment is gonna be useful somehow. It's still not a position of shame yet, but who knows where things go next. I think flat Earth is gonna freeze over for quite a bit. Because even to me, you know, it's boring enough for me to just move on at this point. But this is extremely shocking even to me. Like, what? Really?
And they can ask, and you can't really argue with them. It's almost fruit.
You can argue with anyone. It's not that hard. It's just a question of, what are you guys talking about? You know? Do you really care about the shape of the Earth? What the fuck is wrong with you?
It's very hard to win an argument against a smart person, but it is impossible to win an argument with a stupid person. And that's really the situation.
No, it's not. You have to know all the definitions of what it's like to win an argument, how an argument is won. You're not supposed to change other people's minds. I just said you should celebrate freedom. People will believe what they want to believe, and the changing of mind is just building a community, and whoever wants to participate in that community, that's up to them. You can't take that away from them. It's just disgusting. Let people be free. That's what flat Earth actually represents.
That you're in with flat, that a majority of the people that are fully enraptured, that are fully
Yes, in total darkness they are.
brought into the flat Earth trenches, will find some method.
Yeah, and they're sold out as well, by the way. They get so much money for believing what they believe. So many benefits. Come on, bro. Fucking chill. When it comes to the biggest bullshit on the Earth, is Hightail. It's some fucking unreleased bullshit. Or tease, you know? That people believe that it will come out soon and all that shit's gonna happen. Like, relax. There's already things that came out. You know, there's already content out there. Just make more interesting content and stop bitching and stop fucking insulting people. then maybe you will win their interest. It's not convincing that has to happen. Convincing someone is bullshit. Win their interest. That's it. That's a big win right there. Because that's much simpler. You know, you don't have to just constantly talk about flat earth and convince them of something. It's just, what the fuck? Especially when you don't have the power to do that. You know? Just listen to them and pique their interest with something else that they care about, maybe. But they haven't fully explored. Well, you did. I don't know how you do that. Because you're in total fucking darkness.
Instead of explaining this away, and they can talk to other people online about it. Like, it's kind of just a bunch of dudes hanging out, finding a sense of belonging.
There you go. So which part is it, you know? Do you have to demonize people? Or can you just fucking chill?
You know, some people have more fun. Like, if I thought that Batman was real, I think that my life would be better. So
here you go. Here you
I
go.
might just start believing it. But anyway.
Here you go. It is real. Batman is the easiest fucking superhero to make, right? Just that money empowers you to insanity and you can start kicking some bad guy's ass. In fact, if I make a business considering investigation of noise, I would be the Batman that has a business that literally is out there to kick some ass. Because everyone who makes noise are the bad guys. It's the easy as that. As simple as that. Is that one sentence that never fails, bro. People who scream and just nasty, they're the bad guys. We gotta teach them a lesson. We gotta see what's up, you know? Who cast loud music and use loud vehicles. Let's see what's up. Let's see your fucking brain damage. Let's double check that. Investigate. I love that. I could be the Batman in real life. Everything's possible. Just have to fucking think about it. And believe. You know, in many things. To the point where you start manifesting just like straight up. Like parallel. One-to-one comparison, right? A person who found a business of kicking bad guy's ass is the best shit ever. Is that next generation police officer, you know, because police doesn't want to do it, but that guy can. Batman, like bat is about sonar sounds, like extra hearing capacity, you know, like it literally is a depiction of my potential business venture.
Anyway, that's about it. Thanks for watching.
All right, that's it from me as well. Batman is real soon, or could be real, you know? All these superheroes are just predictions of the future in a way, and I love that. Goodbye.